Hey, everybody, and welcome to This Is Why I'm Not Invited. It's me, Nova Nebula, your one and only. Thank you for tuning in this week for episode 4. Let me tell you, there's been a lot of things happening lately. Some of the things I'm aware of, other things I'm not, and I'm actually really okay with that, right? Some things absolutely I am going to be hands off, keep me out of it, run away. With that being said, I actually had a pretty difficult time deciding what I was going to talk about today. There's been a lot of things happening, and I don't necessarily know if I want to make my 4th episode heavy because we did just talk about essentially banning people from my venue for the past couple of weeks. With that being said, I decided to make today's episode a little bit more fun, lighthearted, talk about something that I truly enjoy. I will definitely be talking about the heaviness of this week in future episodes. I've been contemplating actually doing an episode on Wednesday. After everything that has happened this week, definitely going to throw something on Wednesday and then resume my schedule of Sunday sessions. Last night, I had an event, which is absolutely not abnormal. But the aftermath of last night led me into the greatness that has encapsulated my day. I woke up this morning significantly later than I normally wake up. Unfortunately, I'm an early riser, and it's not by choice. It's because I work. I slept in to about 10 o'clock today, which is very abnormal. And I'm going to let you know right now, absolutely rested. Great sleep. However, when I did wake up this morning, I actually found some wax on my hair, in my hair, and on my pillowcase. Wax is everywhere. I took a shower, but realistically, taking a full shower at 3 o'clock in the morning was not apparently done correctly, or my water was not hot enough. There's wax in my hair, wax on different parts of my body, wax in places that I'm not even going to begin to name here on this podcast. Anyways, what's the best part? I mean, obviously, it was the wax. But I had a wax scene with somebody last night. No, it's not romance. Absolutely not sexual at all. It was just me. I bottomed for somebody that I've entered into a dynamic with. Essentially, I have become a wax bottom. Keep in mind, I am a top. I am a dominant. I am a top. I am not a switch. My biggest thing is I definitely have a huge variety of likes and dislikes, as everybody should, right? You can't wax play with yourself. I mean, you can totally pour wax on yourself, but where's the fun in that? Like, yeah, okay, yay, I'm pouring it on myself. Yeah, no. There are certain types of play that you just can't enjoy alone in this level that you can enjoy with another person who shares that passion. Fortunately for me, I've found somebody that shares that passion, and we had wax play. We did a scene last night, and it was great. In my vanilla life, I'm a leader. All the time, no matter where I'm at or what I'm doing. For some reason, I'm apparently the go-to person whenever there's a problem because they look to me for leadership. And in my 9 to 5, that's absolutely okay. But the thing is, people cater to me, which is good, right? I love being catered to. I love being worshipped. Different story, different time. But in my vanilla life, it's not real. It's polite. It's fake even. It's obligatory. I feel like sometimes my coworkers only smile because they don't understand what to say in that specific situation. They just can't seem to find the words to kind of fill that empty gap. So instead, they just smile and wave and nod and go on their way. Do you need this? I can help you with that. No, sure, I'll make a copy. It seems surface level. It doesn't seem genuine. And That's that. I don't know what else to say. It just doesn't seem polite in its own way. It's not fun. It's not messy. It's just there. When people come to me and work with me and cater to me in my vanilla life, my professional life, I don't feel seen. It just feels mandatory. Kink is different. I get to choose who caters to me and how they cater to me and under my rules. That right there, that's magic. That's where trust, humor, and chaos all come together. And that's why I like wax play. It works well for me. Before I get into the insane amount of fun that I had last night, I do want to just say that it's hard being a female dominant, playing with men. A lot of men that are doms or tops or whatever they choose to call themselves, they're not really looking out for you. They're more concerned with just getting their rocks off. A majority of these doms, and I'm using finger quotations, you just can't see them because I'm not in person, but I'm using finger quotations for doms and tops. They want to conquer you. They want to force you to submit to them. They think it's some kind of game. They want to make you this trophy. And in worst case scenarios, a lot of these quote unquote tops and doms, they ignore your wants and your needs and basically are just self fulfilling, which is a huge problem. A lot of these people seem to want to have sex or something very close to it. For me, BDSM does not include sex. It does include sex for a lot of other people, and I've definitely had sex with a lot of BDSM aspects in it. But a scene for me with a stranger that is not my partner, I don't want to have any kind of sexual contact with them. I don't want to have penetration. I don't want anything. I just want us to do an impact scene or a wax scene or an electro scene, right? That's all I want. Finding a male dominant and a top for me has been very difficult. The reason for this is because even though in the beginning they might say that we have similar interests and we start talking and then things seem to be going well until the shoe drops and they show me who they really are, which a lot of the times ends up with me blocking them immediately and telling all my friends about how traumatizing this experience was because this person was a massive liar. Finding a male dominant who wants to connect on the same level of kink as I do, who respects boundaries and wants to play for the sake of play, for the passion of that particular type of play, it's rare. And that's why the trust, the negotiation, and connection with him, to me is very special. I don't think that I actually realized how long I've interacted with this dominant until just recently. And apparently, we've been interacting online for about 3 years. I finally had the opportunity to open my dungeon in April. I did. He became a volunteer. I have definitely seen him at a couple of my events. Again, very friendly. We hit it off. Super cool. Again, became a volunteer. We built up basically a rapport over time. And one of the things that I saw him doing at another event with one of his partners was wax. And let me tell you, I literally had oh my God, yeah, I'm so excited, right? Could not wait. Someone that likes something that I do, right? On a particular evening that I cannot remember, I was like, hey, I like wax. Will you top me for it? And he just looked at me and he's like, yeah, absolutely. Great. Been going well ever since. When I finally bottomed for this man, it wasn't impulsive. It wasn't just because I was bored. It was actually something very intentional. We spoke about it for a very long time before we actually negotiated the scene. So we did a lot of negotiation before anyone got near wax between the two of us. I cannot tell you how nice it is to be heard. He heard me. He didn't just nod at me. He didn't just ignore me while I talked about my boundaries, my expectations, my hard limits. He listened. He didn't roll his eyes. He didn't interrupt me. He repeated what I said. He clarified any questions that he had about my boundaries, and he confirmed them. He asked if there was anything else that I maybe forgot to mention, or if I had any medical issues, and if there was something that were to come up, to please let him know so that way we could talk about it and correct it if there was a problem. Every single limit that I have in place has been respected. Every no or potential no has been reinforced. Negotiation wasn't boring. It was awesome. It was a very complex thing that happened over weeks of conversations, quick chats. This built trust. And basically, he and I came together and we built this net of trust. So when we got to the point of playing with wax, I was able to fall and not worry about it. Trust is freedom. If I know that someone is actually listening to me, I know that they get it. I don't have to overthink everything. I don't have to keep my eyes on them while they're roaming around my body. I can honestly just take a deep breath, relax, and close my eyes. I can laugh. I can be bratty. I can enjoy being the passenger. After just a few different times playing with wax and basically being his wax bottom, I asked him if I could literally become his wax bottom. You know that I would not have this any other way. I am a dominant after all. I do enjoy and I value clear communication, and I get what I want. So again, I've only bought it for him for a few times, and even though we've only played together such a few times, it's made a really big impact. I am very comfortable. I feel like I'm respected. The level of care and respect that I receive from this man, not just during play, but all the time, makes me feel comfortable enough that I feel like I could be his bottom. So I asked, and he said yes. We actually talked about doing a wax scene together yesterday, a week ago. So this was a week in coming. I was doing door, which is very common for me. I honestly think that doorman is like one of my best and most favorite positions for like volunteering. I get to talk to people. I get to meet new people. I get to learn people's names, a little bit about their past, like how long they've been in the scene, what do they like, what's in their toy bag. And I get to talk, which clearly is a hobby and a pastime of mine. The closer it got to 10 p.m., the more excited I became because I knew it was coming. And yeah, we had a little bit of mishaps. Again, some electronical errors, if you would. Nothing major. Everything turned out great. But around 10:30, the door opens and he says, "Nova, are you ready?" And I was like, "Oh, absolutely. I am absolutely ready. It's time to go. Let me go find the person to cover my door shift so that way I can go enjoy myself." By the time I went back into the play area, everything was already set up. There was tarps taped to the wall, taped to the floor. He has a massage table that was also covered in different types of tarps because, again, wax gets everywhere. Literally everywhere. If you don't think it's going to get everywhere, you have never played with wax, please, please, please wear something that you can wash in hot water. I drink some water. We start talking. He asks me how I'm feeling. I feel great. I'm excited. Again, I love wax. It makes me giddy on the inside. I love everything about wax. So I'm literally ready. I am somebody that will take my clothes off for a scene. So I strip down. I sit on the massage table and then I prepare myself. I grab a hair tie, pull my hair back, put some bobby pins in to basically help those stray hairs stay in place. We laugh, we joke, we talk about the night. His usual volunteer role is the bar. Loves bartending. So he was in the back the whole night. I was in the front the whole night. We were talking about the scene, any cool scenes or play that was going on with different people. There's a couple of impact scenes happening in the background. So busy night, right? Good show, good crowd. I get on to the massage table. He has this special type of like cloth that he puts underneath my head where the wax would pool. This would be really bad if he didn't do that, because if wax was just to sit there and pool underneath my hair, it would literally get onto my hair and scalp, which is a really big issue. Plus, when wax pools, it can be very, very hot and cause damage that we don't want to have happen. Now, this man makes his own wax candles. I am just flabbergasted with how much effort and care he puts into his setup from start to finish. He has mason jars full of wax. It's not just the traditional super tall, skinny pillar candle. He has his own wax combinations. He puts them into different mason jars, which are very large. He also dyes them. So he has a variety of different colors that are not necessarily the traditional colors of wax play, which makes things even more fun because I love color. So he checks the wax, pulls it out of the hot water, right? Checks basically to make sure it's not too hot, lets it sit and settle down while I lay down on this massage table. He gives me a massage. I love it. I love it. I love being massaged. I go pay for massages, definitely like a thing for me in terms of self-care. So he has this oil prep that he does to your body, right? I don't know what oils he has, but every single time I see him, the oils that he uses on me are so good. They smell delicious. Ugh, the smell lingers on my skin for at least 24 hours. My skin is also super soft after he rubs it onto me. And again, it is an oil massage. I totally get that, but it's prepping me and my skin for the hot wax that is to come. After he's essentially coated all of the parts of me that are going to have contact with his hot wax, he then starts choosing the wax color that he's going to lay on me first. This particular man has a very particular type of play, and I love it. He's a sadist, and I love that, as I myself am a sadist. Definitely two feathers from the same bird. Anyways, this person starts with light colored wax. They start pouring it. It makes these intricate patterns. I can't see what's going on, but I can feel it. Again, I am so comfortable with this dominant. I can close my eyes during wax play because I know nothing is going to happen to me that I am not expecting. Nothing is going to happen to me that we haven't talked about. Another great thing during my play with this man is that he talks to me the entire time. Nova, I'm grabbing a different candle. Nova, I'm done doing the massage. Nova, this one's a little bit hotter, but I know you can take it. Great. I love it. I love this form of communication. I wish everybody had it. I don't know why it's so hard to talk to your partners, but work on it, you guys. It makes the experience that much better. So he lays a layer of white. I feel it running down my skin. I love wax. From the very first drip to the pour to the splash, it starts off as this hot, thick liquid, and you feel it just trailing down your body. You can feel it just going from one side to the next and just encasing you. Another amazing sensation for me is that moment when you feel the shift. So it starts off really hot and liquidy, but as it spreads over you, it gets thinner, it gets lighter, and it starts to cool. And you eventually start feeling the weight of the wax placed upon your skin in different areas. It goes from your stomach to your back, from my chest to my neck, down my breasts, into my belly button. Ugh, I'm not a belly button person. I'm never going to tell that man that I don't like belly buttons because I know as a sadist, he'll probably poke me in my belly button. And I mean, I would literally cry or have a fit or have a major brat attack. We'll figure it out if we ever get there. I digress. Back to wax. You can feel the wax literally touching different parts of your body, and it seems as though you're weightless for a minute. Sometimes, if the wax is too hot, he'll blow on my skin, and it's something very sensual about just having that temperature change and feeling the breath of another person upon your bare flesh. If you've never experienced that, oh, definitely put that on your to-do list. Pin it and do it later. Again, as he's blowing the wax upon me, he's getting his fingers and just spreading it out evenly in layers that he may have missed. Before I know what's happening, we're 5 or 6 candles deep. And the light, soothing sensation has now become a thick, heavy chest plate. And I love it. You can feel the differences between the different layers of wax as they're applied because there's this weight that starts to be applied to the areas where the wax is present, and the sensation becomes even more different. When wax is first placed upon you, you feel every drip and you feel every splatter. But as this chest plate basically comes into place, it becomes a barrier. So you don't necessarily feel the wax directly on your skin anymore. You feel it and you feel the warmth spreading over that chest plate, that protective barrier. And that is also so rewarding. It feels so good. This is where the fun starts. First, it was white. Maybe a couple candles of white. Then the color will turn to a light blue, then purple, and then at last, red. This man has curated his wax style to incorporate murder scenes. And let me tell you, I love it. I love it. The level of creativity and imagination to turn something so sensual, so sensory, into a faux murder scene. Oh, stellar. There's no actual risk of injury here. This man is so safe. I'm not going to get burned. I'm not going to have any trauma. But with the skill he has acquired over his mastery of wax, he drops the red wax so beautifully over different parts of my body. It looks as if I could have come from a slasher flick. There's a part during our scenes where I hear this very specific maniacal laughter. And at that point, I know that my body has become an art. I have become a painting. I have become a vision of this man's desires. And it's great, you guys. Oh my God, it's so good. You gotta go find yourself a wax top. Anyways, after all of this perfect placement, there's this moment of silence. And in these moments, I'll open my eyes because I like to see him enjoying his work. There's a moment when we're all done with the wax. He'll take a step back and he'll like rub his brow and he'll put his hands on his hip and nod his head up and down in satisfaction. And that's when I know that he's having the same amount of fun as I am. And it makes everything worth it. A really quick disclaimer. Wax is rack play. For those of you who don't know, rack means risk-aware consensual kink. If you don't know what you're doing, you're using the wrong wax type, you're using the wax that sparkles, or even like with a specific type of wick, you're at risk for burns, hot spots, blisters. It's really important to bottom for somebody who knows what they're doing and not someone that's not actually done any practical application. Something else that I really enjoy after wax is the second massage. And yes, you heard me right. There's two, because there's the oil massage, that's the prep, but then there's the removal of the wax. Again, feeling the sensation of the wax being lifted off your skin in sections, in chunks being peeled, feeling the fingertips just running down your body and scraping off the wax. He uses wooden knives, right? I like knife play. I'm down. Okay. This is all very sensual and sensory for me. I enjoy the feeling that it brings in my body. I love the feeling of the wooden knife scraping the wax off of my body. And when I'm done, I stand up and he gets towels and rubs me down even further. Oh my gosh, I get so catered to. Last night, I literally told him, I'm a princess. And he said, yes, you are. Oh my God, great stuff. When the scene was over, we did a little bit of aftercare. For me, I am a monster, as he would say. I don't really need that much of aftercare besides a nice, cool cup of water, a snack, right? I'm not a big cuddler. I feel like cuddling is intimate, and that's not something I want to share with someone that's not my partner. I make sure that he's okay. I get him a water. We sit around, we talk, we crack jokes. I help him clean up. And then that's the end of our scene. So I get home at 3 a.m. I let myself into my house, and my current partner is wide awake on the laptop. He immediately comes over to me and basically climbs on top of me and gives me this massive bear hug. He buries his face into my skin, and the first thing he says is, "You smell so soft. You smell so good. You feel so supple and so warm." He runs his fingers over my body and follows the curves of the softness. And there he finds pieces of wax. I woke up in a great mood today. I can still smell the fragrance on my skin from last night, and my skin feels softer than ever. Vanilla life, that caters to obligation. Kink life, it caters perfectly, messy, safe, thrilling, and I love every second of it. Thank you for joining me for this week's This Is Why I'm Not Invited. I am definitely going to be releasing things midweek from now on, so we're all caught up with everything happening. In the meantime, stay safe, drink water. Self-love is real love. Take care of yourself.